Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in to another episode of The Spiritual Scientist. I'm Victor. Hey, hope you're doing well. So I thought I'd do like I always say, a quick video. This one I think is rather important, so listen up. Put your listening ears on. Someone was asking me about manifestation, and what I like in, some of this manifestation, there was a cartoon that I thought was really funny. It's called Adventure Time. If anybody wants to look this up, there was one episode which was a pretty weird cartoon. But anyway, within the Adventure Time episode, there was there's these two characters. One's real stretchy, and the other one isn't. And one of them wanted to have these superpowers. So he wanted magical powers to be like one of these other wizards. So there are these wizards there. And to make a long story short, he went through the process, and then the wizard was like, the main wizard was like, if he was like learning real fast, he could do more things and more things. And then so he said, at the end, he said, and it's hilarious. So if you get a chance, go through them and you'll see. He said, the main wizard said, okay, but you have to if you take this final step, there's no going back. But you can be like all powerful wizard. And, the character being, his cartoon, he's like, yeah, that's what I want. So he went through it, and then now he could do anything. And they said, okay, could you there's a meteor going to, an asteroid going to hit the Earth. And he was like, oh no. He goes, yeah, this guy's really old. Go up there and help. So he goes up there and he helps, because he's like really now almost all powerful as one of these wizards. And he says, okay. And he's like straining with all his power. And he goes, okay, we're all together. All of us are now able to stop this asteroid from hitting the Earth. And the old wizard that was there was like basically like fell down dead. And then they said, okay, well, you're gonna have to stay there. That's your responsibility now, because you took the place of the other one that was old. He's like, well, I didn't want this responsibility. He says, well, now you got the responsibility, because you learned how to manifest and do these things. Now you have this greater responsibility. So it's kind of like, the moral to the story, which I thought was pretty interesting, was the more manifestation and more powerful you get, the more responsibility that you would have as, an individual, as a person. So, be like, the moral of the story is like, be careful what you wish for, right? Now, concerning manifestation and 2020, I'm a little bit guilty of this as well, because I make up original memes. If you haven't seen it, go on Victor Hamsa, and you could even Google Victor HMSA memes, and you'll see a bunch comes up. And I kind of crack myself up sometimes when I make them. They're supposed to be teaching memes as well, and they're just entertaining. So, and a lot of them have a deeper level. So I went and, I was going to make a meme up about this, but I just thought to make a video that a lot of us are guilty within the spiritual community and the worldwide community of saying that 2020 is a bad year. I think concerning manifestation, if you believe any little micron part of manifestation, if you believe in any minute way that manifestation is possible, if you believe prayer is possible, if you believe intentions are possible, then as a collective, we're doing this wrong. For us to keep talking about how 2020 is bad is a bad idea, because we're collectively making 2020 worse. Right? So that's what I'm talking about now. I'm saying that as a collective, I think it's important, and I made up a meme about this to try to, turn the boat around, as it were, and I have a picture of it of Buddha, and when I said within the top of it, and I put it was funny, Leonardo DiCaprio holding a cup. It was I thought it was hilarious. Nobody got it. But, on the top it says, when you blame all your troubles on 2020 instead of, and on the bottom I did a couple different ways, instead of going through introspection and, and looking within. So people are, self-projecting, and they're all projecting like 2020 is bad, 2020 is bad, and then there's surprised that 2020 is bad. So it's like in one of these video games, I say, like, when you play this video game, and then things occur in the video game now with these special algorithms, because they look for you look for certain things, then those kind of things happen in the game because it kind of follows what you're doing. So what I'm saying is that as a collective, I think it's important for people, especially, I know a lot of you in the spiritual community watch my videos. I think it's important for us to not have, these kind of ideas that we push and we propagate into the world. We keep saying how 2020 sucks, and then now I'm seeing 2020 really start to suck. So, for instance, I mentioned this Alien versus Predator movie a couple of videos back that, like, really, harsh, that I didn't see before. It's like our reality has a filter and went from PG to R, and that's what I was talking about. Now it seems like I was just listening to a song I listened to before, and I listened to it again, and the lyrics are like really bad. It got worse, and I've heard the song a million times, but it's things are getting not better, they're getting worse. It also could be like the filters coming off and we're seeing things for how they really are. But I just want to mention, like, if you believe in manifestation in any way, shape, or form, for everybody, and I see it in the media. The media is taking this narrative and they are propagating as well. And so they're saying, if you thought 2020 was bad, check this out, and they'll have something, and then you're like, oh no, if you thought 2020 was bad, then check this out. And then it's like, it keeps going and going, and everybody's like, oh, 2020 is bad, oh, 2020 is bad. Everybody keeps thinking this is bad, our reality is bad, everything's bad. And what I'm saying is, cut it out. Let's stop that. Let's nip this in the bud now. Let's have a great 2020. Let's not do that. Concentrate on the positives. For me, myself personally, I was laid off, so I was out of work. But what did I do? I lost 25 pounds. I got healthier, and I got my yoga teacher certification online, and I did a ton of spiritual stuff. I did all the things I wanted to in the house. I did so many, positive things. I reached out to more people. I did a lot of more distance healing. I did more spiritual mentoring than ever before. So what I'm saying is, you could dwell on the negatives or look at it as a positive. It's half empty and half full glass. So what I'm saying to everybody is definitely, look at it as a positive and be grateful for the world we're in. And be grateful, I think that's so important. And like I said in my last video, and that was just this morning, so this is really the same day. I was talking about how, it's like being, what I'm saying now is being grateful, but like, loving God. And what is so important is to get on that, vibration of loving God and being grateful and thankful, about everything. And when you feel that abundance, when you're there, then things will happen. You're more open to it. But a lot of people, I see them walking around all depressed, all negative, and a lot of people online, I have a friend of a friend, they're having their friends kill themselves, suicide, and everybody keeps talking about 2020 being so horrible, and it's not, it's all your thinking about how things are, it's all imagination. And I said this before, and I'll say it again, the COVID and all that, everybody's now, they're saying, oh, it's 200,000 deaths in the US, for instance. Now they're saying if you're looking strictly COVID deaths strictly, then maybe it's 60,000. Like the numbers you might see flip the other day, just like everything's flipping all the time. And all of a sudden, all these people maybe didn't die, is what I'm saying. You know, it's your perception of what it is. And I'll give you a quick example, right? And this is more of a Mandela effect, which I talk about on my Let channel a long time. But like, for instance, it was, 2 buildings that fell, right, in 9/11. Then it was 3 buildings that fell. Then it was 4 buildings that fell. Then I remember 7 buildings that fell. Total, including Pentagon now, 10 buildings fell, right? So crazy. So how could 2 planes take down 10 buildings? Go figure it out. It doesn't make sense to me. So when we, I always remember it, like I had this number, in my heart. It was 5,000, I believe it was, and I hear I'm saying believe, it was like 5,032 deaths were from the Twin Towers, it was just so horrendous, 5,000 deaths. And it bothered me, and I don't want to talk about too much. But now when I, look and you do research and you look at how many deaths happened in 9/11, it's under 3,000 deaths. Okay? So what I'm saying is, don't get caught up in the fear. Don't get caught up in the negativity. Be the positive change that you want to see in your reality, and be positive and be excited and be happy. Hey, you get to watch my videos. So, but you should be super pumped. I mean, it's great. This has never been, it's the best time ever to be alive. Just think about it. All the positive things that happen, and we are on the cutting edge of the spiritual, front of what's going on. Like, now is the time. It's now. So it's so exciting to be alive and to be positive. I mean, and if you're positive and you're excited about it, when you go work, when you go around people, when you're around your family, they're going to get positive and they're going to get excited. And then it's amazing how that vibration, spreads. So when you have, it's like you have a drop that goes into, the ocean, and you don't think the drops change the ocean at all. But then you're like, whoa, the whole ocean just changed. It's amazing. So you are that drop that's changing the ocean. So be positive, think positive things. Don't let things get you down, and stop saying, 2020 is horrible. Stop it. Let's stop making those memes that say 2020 is horrible. Let's stop all this 2020 bad stuff, and let's make 2020, the rest of the year, really awesome. Let's carry it forward. And it can be a great time. It can, if you wake up every morning and feeling like it's your birthday and the biggest holiday ever combined, that's what it should be like all the time. You should be so excited and so pumped, and like, it's amazing. It's amazing when you're around people that were, they feel like they're sunshine. They feel like they're fresh air. And you're like, people say that to me all the time. It's like, they'll literally come around me and then they're like, and I'm like, oh, you're such a positive, oh my gosh, I feel, they'll feel weight come off them. They're like, wow, I feel I can really talk. I feel like, and they don't realize, this burden they're carrying, this negativity. And negativity is drawing more negativity, and you are, you're like a way shower. So you're on the cutting edge. You're watching this video to carry that vibration forward, to be the positive change that you want to see. It comes from you, So you're the one that's going to be smiling and telling jokes, and making people, excited. And I challenge everybody to, go online, find one really funny joke and memorize it, and tell it tomorrow to somebody, lighten their day a little bit. And I think you'll find that's a great thing. And it's all about finding joy in the present moment, because that's what we're created for, is joy. If you dwell in the present moment, there is no heartache, there is no pain, there is only joy in the present moment. So I invite you to grasp onto the present moment. A lot of people feel depressed and they feel negative and they feel anxious, but truly, I say to you, if you dwell in the present moment of now, there is only joy. There is only joy. That's it. You can't be depressed and dwell in the present moment. It's impossible. When you're really in the moment of now, there's only joy, and it's amazing. But people aren't grasping on it. They're grasping on past, they're grasping in the future, but they're not grasping in the present moment. And it really does take effort to dwell in the present moment. But when you're in the present moment, you're so joyful. It's so, it's such a blessing to be alive, and you'll connect more and be around more positive things, and positive change will happen to you. I promise you. So thank you so much for tuning in. Like, subscribe, share. I love each and every one of you. I really do. And I want blessings and prosperity to come to all of my viewers, and everybody to have a great 2020, the rest of the year. We're going to change around now. Now, you and I together, we're changing it. So this is the change you want to be. It's starting now. It's going forward. It's amazing. Everything's going to be awesome from now on. Stop being depressed. Do meditation. You could do it with me. I'll do one online. It'll be cool. I promise you, you'll enjoy it. Just let me know when you want to do it, and we'll hit it up. We'll do it on Zoom. I'll have 20 people. It'll be fun. All right. Thanks so much. Like, subscribe, share. Namaste. Peace out. Bye-bye.